My name is Brandon Blanks. I'm the writer, director, and creator of Craig the Genie.
My name is Jordan P. Kelly, and I'm a producer and writer on this project.
Hi, I'm Patrick McLaughlin. I am playing the character of Pat in Craig the Genie.
Hi, I'm Andrew James Parkhill, and I'm playing the character Google in Craig the Genie.
The origins, I guess, of the Craig the Genie team date as far back as like elementary school and kindergarten. You know, when I first met Drew, to when I was pen pals with Jordan in 2nd grade, to when we met Brandon in 6th grade in middle school, and then to when Pat joined the crew in high school.
I became involved with Craig the Genie around 3 years ago when my good friend Brandon Blanks introduced me to this concept that he had that really from the very first time I heard about it was centered around our friend Joey.
Craig the Genie is a show about Pat, who works at a museum. He's a big history buff. His dream is to be a museum curator someday. And he lives with his roommate Google, and they also have a third roommate, this guy, Craig the Genie. He's a genie, but he's kind of like a degenerate genie. He's been freed a year ago, starting at a pilot, and he's basically just been taking the year off because he's been freed after having to be a slave for 10,000 years. He kind of just has been a freeloader living in his lamp on their coffee table. But as the show progresses, more and more magical things happen, and they have to kind of, become these fictitious characters that go on adventures and save, damsels in distress and recover old lost artifacts. It's kind of based on just like a lot of the movies and TV shows that I liked as a kid, just the Goonies and Indiana Jones and things like that.
Patrick is just trying so hard to get through life and to mature and grow into a grown man who makes responsible decisions, and I think that Google and Craig they challenge him on a day-to-day basis.
The idea of me, being a straight man affected by these unusual circumstances, like having a genie suddenly become a part of your life. I was definitely meant to, I guess, portray a lot of my real-world characteristics in the character of Pat, being that he is a history buff. He's someone who, I guess, in a sentence, I could say, is someone who feels like he's been born in the wrong century.
Craig's an interesting character, and one that I'm continuing to kind of explore and figure out what really is going on with him, because so much about Craig is the dynamic that he brings to the group. It's fun kind of playing along with that. It's fun having someone who's magical powers, and I think kind of playing along with how old he is and how he's been around forever, and how that kind of informs the character in like a modern world.
Writing this pilot has been a real joy for me because Brandon had already written a full-length screenplay, and which was incredibly detailed and super fun entirely on its own. We wanted to bring something new and different to the table with Craig the Genie, the show, because it's kind of a question of, well, where do you go now? This screenplay involves, a genie origin story and an entire really long, winding sort of adventure that feels like a feature. But for this episodic half-hour series, we kind of wanted it to be like life after the adventure, and to tell people that there is more adventure after the adventure, and in fact that adventure might be even more fun than the first.
Movies are expensive to make, and it costs a lot of money, even with the technologies that we have, and so it's hard to kind of raise that money to kind of get your first shot and prove that you can actually do something like this. And that's what's so great about Kickstarter, is it's a way that fans can support projects that they want to see happen. It democratizes the entire filmmaking process because people get to kind of vote which projects they want to see. It should just be about the creators and the people who enjoy the art. It's not about, there's all these, there's no middlemen anymore.
It's sort of beautiful, really, because there's this whole world of possibility out there for guys like us who want to reach out and show people that we can be funny and that we can really give them something that they'll enjoy, that we may not have had available to us in the past.
Fortunately, we're living in a time where it's not a broadcast boom to everybody all at once. People enjoy media where they are, when they want to, how they want to, and it's not just that broadcast anymore. It's a many-to-many conversation. It's interactive. People are involved. And in this instance, the fans get to make this possible.
I think the team, and this team that we've kind of got together to work on this, is a team that you're going to want to see more of after this. We're funny guys. They're funny guys. These are funny guys that I trust wholeheartedly with like these types of creative endeavors. It's fun to bring everyone in and kind of expand the circle.
We're bringing a brand of humor to the forefront that hasn't necessarily been capitalized on yet, and it's something that I think is really refreshing, and that people ought to be able to enjoy in a more accessible manner, which is why I believe the internet is the home for us.
So hopefully, everything works out, and I know it will, but it's just, yeah.
Sweet. Awesome.
Cool, guys.
That was easy.